Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel or welcome here if you are new. I'm Manganet, and in case you don't know me, I do videos pretty much about everything, but most recently I've been trying to focus on book related content. Now, I have been missing for the last few weeks. Ever since the Manga Mania competition ended, I just took a few weeks off, break out of filming, editing, publishing on social media. I'm still fairly active on Instagram. Go follow me if you haven't already, Manganet with 2 T's. But here on YouTube, I just took a more extended leave to rest and to be honest, I was not counting on recording today, but here we are because I opened YouTube like one does. And what did I see there? The mid-year freak out book tag. And I was like, hold on a second, is it time already? And indeed it is. It's June, end of June. So we are halfway through 2021. When did this happen? I have no clue, but it happened. Here we are, halfway through 2021, so it's time for the mid-year freak out book tag. I answered to this tag last year as well. I'm gonna leave the link for last year's video down below in the description. It's as well here in the cards if you wanna go and check it out. But let's get started and let's go through the questions. They are always the same. If you have answered these questions as well, let me know in the comments so I can go and check out your channels and your videos about this. And let's talk about books and make new bookish friends. Question number 1. The best book you've read so far. Now, I have to admit, 2021, it's been not that amazing for me in terms of readings. I have read, I'm not prepared, 28, I think it's 28 books, 26 or something, I'm not sure. My goal for the year, was it 80? Oh, I'm so not prepared. Doesn't matter. But in terms of readings, I've only given 2 5-stars. In 6 months, I've only given 2 5-stars. I'm trying to be more critical and not giving 5 stars just to everything that makes my little heart beat faster, because I have a weak heart. So only 2 5-stars. One of them was this one, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So one of the best books I've read so far this year. Best sequel you've read so far. I've only read 1 sequel, so I assume that's the best one I've read because, you know, it was only one and one it is. It was Heartstopper Volume 4. This is by Alice Oseman. It's a comic book about boy meets boy. This is the 4th volume. I believe there will be 5 in total, which means we're almost finished, and it's 1 per year. So I've been following this story for 4 years. How is that possible? I don't know, I feel old. A new release that you haven't read but you want to. Really want to read Better Together, which is the 2nd book by Christine Riccio. It came out earlier this month and I just went on Amazon to check if for some reason it was on sale, and it's not, and there's only the hardback version. But I might just go ahead and buy it. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Now, there's a few books that are very exciting for the second half, but I have to go with Aristotle and Dante. What's the whole name? Dive into the waters of the world. How many years have we been waiting for the sequel to the Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe? I read that book on my first year on BookTube, and up until this day I've never reread it, but I still think it's one of my favorite books of like ever, which is very high stakes. But the 2nd book is finally coming up, and I do think it's a sequel. It's coming out in October, I think, so we still have quite a bit to go, but that's the one. The biggest disappointment this year was definitely The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is a disappointment because everyone seems to love this, and then I read it and I just found it was very average, nothing special, and I wanted to love it. Biggest surprise of the year, The Star-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany by Laurie Nelson Spillman. This, oh my god, I had no expectations for this, but I really loved it. This is an almost 5 stars, and the story was just so cute and heartwarming. I was really surprised by this. A new favorite author, either new to me or a debut author, and in this case it's both, because I never read anything else from her. Nothing else exists. I'm talking about Angie Hochman. She wrote Shipped, a book that I read last month or something. Really enjoyed this book. It's so cute. It's like The Hating Game, but done better, in my opinion. It's a hate to love trope, and after reading this I was thinking, no, never mind, I don't like that trope, but then I read this and I'm like, I think I like it. So I don't know, but this is her first book, this is her debut novel, and according to Goodreads there's another one coming next year, and I'm ready. Fictional crush, I don't have one. I don't really connect to characters in the book, so I don't really care about that. Favorite character, again, I don't really like anyone in books, but there is this character here in this book, which is Nick's mom. She wins. That's all I have to say. She's such a good mom, and she only appears in like 4 pages, but she has such a nice speech and it's so correct and it's so supportive. Nick's mom for the win. A book that made you cry. If you've seen my Manganet vlogs, you've seen me crying with this non-fiction book called The Book You Wish Your Parents Had Read and Your Children Will Be Glad That You Did, a non-fictional book about parenting and how to be a better parent. And it made me, a person that has no kids, cry. A book that made you happy, and for this I have a comic book, and it's the only one I have in this collection, is Giant's Days. It's the first volume, and oh my god, I don't even know how to explain what this is about to you. It's a group of 3 friends in university, but everything is so funny. I was reading this and I was actually laughing and being amused and entertained, and I really want to read the rest, but there's like 20 of them and they're so expensive. Each of these is over £7, but I want to read them all. Now, the most beautiful cover that I've bought or received this year. This is always a tricky question because I'm a sucker for good covers, but look at this beautiful. This is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Now, this book has been read by, like, I feel everyone except me. I was supposed to be in a buddy read for this in like March or something, I don't even remember. But I never started it because I failed. I bought it on purpose for that buddy reading, and then I just failed at reading it and buddy reading it. But the cover is still gorgeous, and that's what we're here for. Beautiful covers, here it is. Also, let's point out that my edition has like this failure in the cover. You see, like it printed where it wasn't supposed to print, but you know, it's an American edition, it's fluffy, what else can you want? Last question, a book that you really want to read by the end of the year. And this is really funny because on last year's tag, this book was on my most anticipated reads for the second half, something like that, and it's, of course, Surprising No One, One by One by Ruth Ware. If you have been here in my channel for a while, you know that Ruth Ware wrote one of my most favorite books, the book that most people associate with myself, The Turn of the Key. This is her most recent book, One by One. It has good reviews. It's also a plot that this year for some reason has been overly done. Like, I feel like there's a lot of books with this plot of a bunch of people together in a closed environment, and then you know someone died but you don't know who died or who did it. But you know, Ruth Ware, I'm here for you, and this is one that I want to read until the end of the year. That is it, guys. This is my tag, the Media Freakout book tag. Like I said in the beginning, if you have answered this, let me know in the comments, or if you haven't and you will, let me know, or just answer the questions in the comments for me. I don't know, let me know what's the best book you've read so far this year, and I'll see you very soon here on the channel with another video. Goodbye.